What is up, guys? It's Mitchell or Deity, and today we have another sponsored video for Raid Shadow Legends from Plarium. So, this video is going to be going over kind of what to do next on your account, as well as one of the best 3-star characters that you can just go and get for free that will help stabilize your account and just make your account way stronger. So, first up, if you're already playing Raid. If you haven't started playing Raid, I have a download link in the description and a QR code up at the top of the screen, and you can download from those links. If you use those links to download the game, you'll be getting the champion Uugo right away. Uugo is a reviving character, just a support character that makes your team very annoying to kill. He's super good on a lot of content, including clan boss, which is one of the most important things to get stabilized as a new player. And then once you hit level 15, you'll be getting the champion Fayne. So Fayne is a character that gives poison damage, so poisons are really strong against boss monsters such as clan boss, as well as dragon slayer and other content that the enemy has a lot of HP. Poison does HP based damage, so any kind of poison character early on, which the character we're going to be showing has poison as well, all those characters are usually fantastic as a new player. Now, next up, the code Monkey King for promotional codes will get you the character Wukong. So you can come in right away, right once you get past the first 2 stages, I think it is. You come in, you can enter the promo code Monkey King. If you're on iOS, you're going to have to go to the website. There will be a link down in the description, and you just enter this with your ID if you're on the player or on the website for iPhone or iOS. But if you're on anything else, say you have the PC client, which is what I'm on right now, you can just hit the code Monkey King, and it's going to give you Sun Wukong. So Sun Wukong, absolutely amazing character for new players, especially getting into any kind of PvP. He's also usable to go through campaign and everything with. But his skills, the biggest part of his skill kit, he has just regular, really good damage. And then his passive makes it to where revives this champion with 100% HP and 100% turn meter 3 turns after they were killed. He could revive 100 times in a row. Absolutely amazing. One of the other really good parts about him is he has speed increase for all your allies whenever you're getting to arena. Whenever you take the first turn in a turn-based game, that usually means you're already at an advantage. So Wukong, absolutely amazing character. His promo code comes in and out, but if you start right now, you can guaranteed get him and start working through getting all the other free characters that game gives you just for playing. You get a ton of legendary characters just for playing. So one of those legendary characters is going to be Loki. Right now, there is a login event. Once you log in for 7 days, you will be getting Loki. So Loki is part of an Asgard event, which we'll talk more about here in a second. But Loki is a mainly PvP style character. He has a lot of debuffs and things that he does to the enemy team. He can be used in PvE though, especially if you're a new player, because of his aura in terms of its accuracy bonus. So it makes it to where you're going to be able to land your debuffs without having the gear that gives you accuracy at the beginning. And obviously you want some accuracy on anything that's going to be doing, again, those poisons, defense break, any kind of debuff to your opponent. You need accuracy to land those debuffs, and 60 is a lot. So Loki just gives you the ability to progress through the game with lower in gear, beating all the different PvE style content. And then as you get further, he will slowly translate more into a PvP style character. Start logging in, 7 days, you'll get Loki. That's 2 epic champions and 2 legendary champions you will get just from downloading the game with my code to start getting into the game. Right now on Raid Shadow Legends, we're entering the end of the Asgard event. So with the Asgard event, obviously Loki is a free character you can get. There are also 3 other characters that are going to be in the game. They're added forever though, so if you don't get them now, you can still get them later. But we're going to have Odin Father, we're going to have Thor, and we're also going to have Freya Fateweaver. So those 3 characters are added right now. So they are in the summon pool. You can get them if you're a fan of the Asgard, just Norse mythology type of thing. Then the game right now has all that stuff added that you can get that in the future, but at least you can get Loki right out of the gate and have him on your accounts. So from here, the next thing I want to talk about is that, one, the game has a billion other free characters you can get. There are a lot of good 3-stars that you can get from drops and things just from beating campaign stages. One of the best characters possible to get on a new account is going to be War Maiden. So War Maiden can be used in basically everything. Even as an in-game player, you could slot her into your teams. You're going to have the better characters by then, but to stabilize your account, War Maiden, her skills are she has a defense break on an 85% chance for all enemies. That is huge. Again, you need accuracy to land that, where Loki comes into play and will help you land that for whatever content you're in. But this defense break makes it to where the opponent takes a ton more damage from anything you were doing. which is, I mean, it's amazing. It makes it to where you can cleave through arena style comps. With cleave, I mean beat the opponent within your first like turn rotation, just to get through all of your arena tokens as fast as possible. And then also adding the defense break to any boss just makes it to where you have way more damage. So even on lesser gear, you're able to beat harder style content. Now her skill 2 has a 50% increased attack, so she boosts her attack by 50%. And this champion places an extra hit if she lands a critical hit. So you want to build her on crit chance, but she's going to be doing a decent amount of damage just through all of her skills and make it to where all of your teammates do more damage. But one of the big things is she also has a poison. It is on a very low chance, but this makes it to where she can be used in clan boss and any kind of boss style content at a higher efficiency rate than your average character. And this character can be gotten for free. So the way you get this character, and I'll show you how to get a lot of the different characters, is you go into your campaign. Doesn't matter the difficulty. So as you see, I normally just farm brutal. That's how I make my 6-star characters. But you are going to go into whichever is the highest you could clear, and you're going to come over to the Deadlands. So in the Deadlands, you every time you beat a stage, you have a chance to get her. The thing is, when you get multiple copies of her, you can feed her into herself in the tavern to boost her skills up. So as you see here, you want to boost the skills up because you want to have the higher percent chance, plus you get more damage overall on our other skills. But this is a free character that you can max out just for farming, and you're going to have amazing abilities off of that. So as you see at first, before you ascend her, she's going to have a weaker defense break. It's a 30%. A lot of skills in Raid Shadow Legends have a weak version and a strong version of the debuff. So with this, it has 30%, and once you ascend her, it becomes a 60% decreased defense, which is huge. It makes it where you do infinite more damage. She's a character I'm currently working on my account. I'm still a pretty new player. So that is one of the main characters to go and make sure that you get and start boosting up, because she will be able to slot into like every single team that you want to build within the game, whether it be for PvP, PvE, any type of content you want. She will be able to work in it. So now the next things that I would be focusing on, so let's say you're a new player, got through the first day, so you followed the day 1 guide that I did a week or so ago. If you've already beaten all that and you want to continue to boost up and make your account stronger, the first mission that you want to do is obviously keep going through your Arbitr's Path and everything like that, and doing all your normal missions. But you want to try to make a 6-star character. Ideally, if you can make a character that has AoE, you can farm faster, making more 6 stars faster, and you can farm your energy faster. Normally, most people's first 6 star is going to be Kale. He has 2 AoE attacks. This is the starter that I wanted you guys to start with. So, or he has 1 AoE attack and then 1 multi-hit. But he farms pretty fast, and if he's on lifesteal gear, he can self-sustain himself to get through whatever stage you're farming, which generally is 10-3. So 10-3 of the hardest difficulty you can. Your goal is to 6-star him, and you 6-star by obviously going in, farming your fodder, and boosting them up. So what I showed earlier, you have your characters. There's multiple ways to level them. Usually it's just going through stages, but you can also come into a tavern. If you have these brews, you can put them in, level them up, and then you ascend, and you have your chickens. Chickens you can boost up and just ascend them to stage 4, and then you have to make 5 stars, and then you feed the 5 stars to make the 6-star. Okay, it takes a long time to promote a character in this game. I've seen some people make guides and everything as to in terms of how much stamina it takes. Most of the guides I've seen don't incorporate for EXP overflow, so it always, every time I watch a guide on how long it takes, it never truly shows how long it takes, because they don't factor in the EXP overflow. They just take like the math total of the total EXP needed and then divide that down, when really when you're farming, you're going to have a bunch of EXP that is wasted on every single one that you're making, which maybe I'll make a video on that in the future, but there's some there's some very lazy math going around, and that is one thing. Whenever you get into raid and start grinding, you start researching everything, and that was one of the things I was like, why did no one make an actual math video on this yet? But that is what it is. Next up, we're going to go in, and the thing, once you get that, you are going to be then wanting to go and get some of the gear from campaign. So campaign gear is a great way to stabilize your account. One of the most important things you can do is go and get boots. Okay, so speed set, obviously, like I said earlier, a turn-based game. If you get the more turns you take in a turn-based game, the more your character is going to be able to do. So generally in any game like this, anything that gives speed is going to be fantastic for you. So the idea is we want speed main stat boots. And whenever you're farming, this stage, you are going to be able to get up to 5 stars. So your goal is to get to Brutal Campaign, and you want to farm this stage to get these boots. Once you get a bunch of these boots, you can also go and farm the gauntlets, which you can get crit rate, crit damage. Both those are the ideal ones. Attack percent, if you have to work with that, you could. Both those are okay. And you can also do chests. What I normally do is I go and farm boots to stabilize my account, and then I farm chests, and then I try to get attack percent for my attack percent scaling damage dealers, or accuracy chests can be okay too for your characters that rely solely on debuffs. So those are the 2 main chests. Now if you have an HP scaling damage dealer, you can go HP. Defense, there's a lot of defense scaling damage dealers, you can go defense. Just depends on the character. You need to read and see what they take for their overall skills and do the thing accordingly. But normally with boots, you're always safest just to go speed for your main stat on boot. So go farm those, build your characters on speed boots. So I'll go show a couple of the characters because I'm still pretty early game, and some of the characters, so let's just say the I mean, this is a speed main stat boot. This is only 4-star and it gives 35 speed. The 5-star boots you could farm give 40 speed base. Okay, that 40 speed base plus if you're on 2-piece speed set, you're getting additional speed as well. So here's a 6-star boot. This gives 45, but for every 2 pieces of speed set that you do, so say you go and farm an attack percent chest and a speed boot, you are going to be then getting the 12% speed buff plus the base speed of the boots, which is a huge bonus to your characters, because now they're going to be able to like out tempo the boss and just apply way more debuffs. But those are the main things to do. Go get your like initial gear from going through the campaign stages, and then try to get your first 6-star, and then you'll just continue to farm from there, and then you'll start looking up different combinations to farm different things. So one of the main first things you go in and start farming is Dragon Slayer, okay? Because lifesteal set, amazing for new players to keep your characters alive, to continue to beat more content. Speed set is going to be just overall great all the time. And then a couple of, those are the 2 main sets from this. Accuracy set's great because it's going to allow you to make 2-set, like say 2-set accuracy to get the or like higher chance on your debuffs, and the higher speed to go in and get more turns. So the more turns you cycle with debuffs, the more debuffs you're going to be able to apply to whatever boss. Lifesteal just keeps your team alive. And then you have Destroy set. I actually built my Wukong on Destroy set because since it keeps reviving, I was getting stalled out in certain teams in say Arena. And with having the Destroy set Wukong, if I bring a tank that their tanks can't break through and I put it on auto, my Wukong will keep reviving to the point and keep destroying their max HP to where he will eventually kill them. That's the nice thing with Destroy set. I don't think it's actually good, but as a new player, this worked amazing for me. There are a lot of Arena teams I would never have been able to beat because they're just putting the 4 bulkiest characters they possibly can on. And this allows me to break through that. So with those 4 bulky characters, they just keep healing themselves, and you can never do more damage than they heal. But with this, you break down their max HP, and then you'll eventually kill them. So that was just a funny thing that worked out really well for me. But that's one of the greatest parts about this game, is there are so many different sets that you can try to like make combinations and ideas from in comparison to any other game I played. So, and then there's boosting, obviously, of your sets once you get them, but you have your main different sets you farm. So like Savage set is going to give you ignoring defense, which is great. Crit damage set, obviously just extra crit damage, so you're getting more damage out of it. But all of these different sets, you can check them out right away. And there's like critical rate set, which these are mostly the sets that you're going to be getting from just beating campaign, but these you can get the higher rarity ones. And the thing with gear is there's going to be just different rarities. You'll have common ones, so that is the one thing with the boots. You're going to end up with a lot of speed boots that are just common speed boots. This one wasn't common, but whenever you're farming, you're going to end up with common speed boots, and it's just the way that it is. So you just have to work with it. This one's this is a common boot rate or a rare boot, so this isn't the lowest one, but either way, just having the speed main stat is really all that matters on getting your account established. Okay, so that is the next step that you can do. Again, if you guys would like to try out Raid Shadow Legends, there's a download link down in the description. There's a QR code up at the top. And then I have the day 1 guide if you want to go check that out, just to get your account through the initial part to see if you do like the game. It'll just help you speed through and like see what the game actually has to offer versus trying to question every little thing that you see. Okay, to wrap up this video, let's go ahead. Again, you can download Raid Shadow Legends from the description or the QR code at the top of the screen. So either way you download it, whenever you first start, you're going to be getting Uugo. He will be in your mailbox almost right away. Sometimes there's a little delay, but you'll have Uugo. Uugo, again, amazing character to start the game. Having Reviver is always great. Next up, once you hit level 15, you're going to be getting Fayne. Fayne will be usable in your first clan boss team, as well as some of your other boss content team to place those poisons and get that HP based damage. After that, make sure, lastly, enter the promo code Monkey King. Okay, so promo code Monkey King. After that, you should be good to go. Start grinding through, and hopefully after a couple of days of grinding, your account will start feeling established, and then you'll get to start experiencing the PvE that I talk so highly about in this game as you continue to try to beat higher and higher stages of all the content. So Deity, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.